Hey guys, this is kind of weird because it's the first time that I film a video with my actual voice. Today I am actually super excited because I am finally reading this book. So this is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I hope I did not just kill her name. I apologize if I did. Basically follows this band, Daisy Jones and the Six, and it takes place, I think, in the 80s. And it basically like talks about, how they rose to fame and then how they split up. I really love the 80s, so I'm very excited for this. And I think it's a rock band. I love rock. Either way, let's get started. So I started reading. I'm on page 10. I'm also making food. Like I was saying, this is basically like an interview, I guess, or like I wouldn't even say this is a dialogue. At least up until this point, it's just like people telling their experience. And right now we are talking about Daisy and I guess like her childhood. A quote that I really liked. Simone says, "We ended up sharing a bed for 6 months. So I can tell you firsthand that that girl never slept. I'd be trying to fall asleep at 4 in the morning and Daisy would want the light on so she could read." I feel you, Daisy. That was a silent scream because I was eating and now my makeup on my lips is kind of gone. I apologize, but I was also, while eating, I was also reading, and I really have to talk about this. I love this girl. I love Daisy. I'm in love with Daisy. I was just supposed to be the inspiration for some man's great idea. Well, fuck that. That's why I started writing my own stuff. I had absolutely no interest in being somebody else's muse. I am not a muse. I am the somebody. End of the fucking story. Girl, I love this. I love her. I'm in love. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say right now. First things first, we got to meet Daisy, and now we are in the part of the Six. It's basically just an introduction to each one of them and how they got in the band. I'm not really sure what I should be expecting from this book, honestly, just because it's so different from anything that I've read. But I will try to update you when there's something else happening. Oh my god, I'm so excited because I love Billy and Camilla. He got a record contract and she's coming to LA to marry him, apparently. Billy says, "We were both quiet on the line and I said, 'If I had a record contract, would you marry me?' She said, 'What?' I said it again, 'If I had a record contract, would you marry me?' And she said, 'You got a record contract?' That's when I knew right then that Camilla was my soulmate. She cared more about the record contract than anything else. I said, 'You didn't answer my question.' She said, 'Did you get a record contract? Yes or no?' I said, 'Will you marry me? Yes or no?' She didn't say anything for a while, and then she said yes. And then I said yes. She started screaming so excited. I said, come on out here, honey. Let's get hitched." I'm so sad for my girl Daisy. She basically signed a contract, and from what I'm understanding, she kind of got a little bit ripped off because apparently, like, now they don't want any of her songs. They just want her to sing the songs they want her to sing. So I feel really sad for her. This is why you should always read their contracts. So now we've kind of seen some pretty low lows of Billy, also of Daisy. etc. And I wasn't expecting this to be quite as emotional, because it's mostly, you know, just each one of them like narrating their own story. They just had a baby. I'm not gonna tell you who had a baby, but they did have a baby. I'm really enjoying this. They are going on their second tour, and they are finally with Daisy. So much is going on, but I'm so excited for them. I feel like they actually deserve to have like a good time on the road, so I really hope that happens. I'm loving all of the characters. I love Daisy, I love Karen so much, I love Camilla, um I love everyone on the band. So yeah, you get like everyone's point of view. It's really cool. They're going on tour, like I was saying, so I'm really excited. And yeah, I will update you later, I guess. Okay, I'm just coming back here to say that I am so proud of Billy. I don't want to say why, but I'm on page 108 and he's by himself and he's having a rough night. And I'm just so proud of him. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually like updated you on what's happening, what's not happening. Karen just bought a house, and I think I've said this already, but I absolutely love her. I love her and Graham. I think they are just so much fun. I love their dynamics. I love everything about them. Billy is currently with his girls. I love how there's a huge difference when you compare like Billy on the road and Billy at home. I like that we kind of see a little bit of both. And I love when he's with Camilla. I think they're such a cute couple. Daisy is actually having a rough time. I'm kind of sad for her because I feel like she's been having just a rough time throughout the entire book. Like when something good happens, always just something that kind of sets her back a little bit. Sometimes it's also because of her own choices, but whatever. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of sad for her because she's not doing very well. Graham just said, I low-key wanna cry. I'm so sorry. People say that life keeps moving, but they don't mention that it does stop sometimes, just for you. Just for you and your girl. The world stops spinning and just lets you two lie there. Feels like it, anyway. Sometimes, if you're lucky. Call me a romantic if you have to. Worst things to be. Isn't this so cute? This is the moment that Daisy has finally kind of joined the Six. Well, she's not exactly like a part of the band, so it's kind of temporary. She has finally joined and she asks for basically like equity, I guess. Like she wants to also write some of the lyrics with Billy, and um obviously like she wants like equal say in all of these things. And then that kind of made everyone else kind of just jump from their seat and also tell Billy what they want, which is basically like more control over their own work. Everything has kind of shifted at this point, and I'm really excited for the other part of the book because I feel like there's gonna be a very different dynamic. Hey guys, it's the next day. Daisy and Billy are writing, I think, the third album. Honestly, I really hope that they do not get together. Like their tension is basically just two people, very different, and kind of like in each other's faces, because obviously like now they're working together. But I don't see it as like romance material, you know what I mean? So I'm really hoping they do not get together during this whole thing. And yeah, Daisy almost left because she was upset with Billy, but she came back, and I guess they kind of agreed to really work together on the actual album. So yeah, let's see how it goes today. I'm thinking I can probably finish the book today. I'm finally on page, well, almost on page 200. And I'm so happy because I feel they finally have found a way to work together. Exactly what I didn't want to happen just happened. So I'm pretty upset about it, not gonna lie. But I wanted to read you a quote. We are talking about probably the first man in my life who really saw me, whoever really understood me, who had so much in common with me, and he still didn't love me. When you find that rare person who really knows who you are and they still don't love you, I was burning. She has such a terrible life. Nothing ever goes just right for her. Now I'm at the part of Aurora World Tour, and this goes from 1978 to 1979. I'm really excited. It's like the last part of the book, I think. I only have like 60 more pages to read. I'm a little upset about Daisy, I'm not gonna lie, because they got Rolling Stones to come and see them rehearse and everything, and she was pissed at Bill. She kind of just talked about like all of his personal issues to the guy from Rolling Stone, and now I don't know how I feel about her. Graham and Karen are in a weird spot, and now they're going on tour, so let's see how everything goes from here. All right, I'm still here, I'm still reading. I'm on page 280, and I just want to say that I am so happy for Daisy. She's not sober, but I hope she's gonna get there. She finally left the person she was with. She's doing so much better. She's more confident. She's thriving. Just won a Grammy for Record of the Year. I'm so excited for them. Yeah, I'll update you when I have something else to say. I'm really sad for Karen. Something happens. I can tell you what it is, but she seems like she's gonna be struggling for a while, so we'll see. I'm sad for her. I love her. We're almost at the end of the book, and right now both Daisy and Billy are going through a rough time after a concert. I don't know, I'll read it a little bit for you. Let it all sink in. I really listened to her, and then I said, that song it's not about Billy, if that's what you were thinking. It's about wanting to have a family and kids, and knowing you'd be awful at it, feeling like you're too much of a fuck up to deserve anything like that, but wanting it anyway. And I look at you and everything that you are, and I know it's everything I can ever be. Girl. Camilla looked at me for a moment, and then she said something that changed my life. She said, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. She said, don't count yourself out this early, Daisy. You're all sorts of things you don't even know yet. They're really stuck with me. That who I wasn't entirely already determined. That there was still hope for me. That a woman like Camilla thought I was. Camilla Dune thought I was worth saving. Guys, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry because I already cried. And I don't want to cry like on camera. Like, what? I hate showing emotions. And then we have Billy at the bar with a stranger, and he has like the beer in his hands, and he's almost gonna drink it, but he's talking with the stranger, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And I really hope this is the moment that Daisy is gonna feel better and go to rehab. Hi guys, All right, so I finished Daisy Jones and the Six. I loved every single character in this book. I loved the way that it's written. It's something so unique. I've never read anything like this. I was not expecting to be so emotional. Honestly, there was so many ups and downs throughout the entire book, and you can actually feel what the characters were feeling. Again, I loved every character. My two favorite characters were Karen and Camilla. I think they were so selfless. They went through real shit. They were still trying to help other people while they were going through their own stuff. They were so, you know, just nice. They were so mature at the same time, you know, like they knew what they wanted. They fought for what was right for them. And I think they never lost that like sense of identity. I have to say that I really disliked Eddie. Like by the end of the book, I understood why he was a little bit bitter, but at the same time, I feel like he never actually spoke up and actually told Billy what he wanted to do. So to me, it was not really justified. I feel like it's kind of a normal thing, to be honest, that in a band there's always like one or two people or three people that are more involved in the decision making. At least that's how I think. And I just did not see him actually speaking up and telling them that he was not happy. You know, so it just felt like he was very bitter and quite jealous. There's just one thing that I'm kind of annoyed about, to be fair, and that's this whole thing between Daisy and Billy. I know there's lots of people that were shipping them. To me, it was just two people that were clashing because they had to work together, because they were stubborn, and their attraction, which I could understand that part, their attraction to me just came from, you know, like that tension and the fact they were writing all of these lyrics together and singing to each other basically on the stage every single night. I felt like there was an attraction, and I felt like the attraction was justified, but I did not feel like it was more than just an attraction. To me, what she felt was more just selfishness, a little bit, because that's kind of the vibe that I got from her during the entire book. Even though I really like Daisy, but I also felt like she was very selfish and she was like the center of her own universe. And to me, the fact that he didn't like her in the beginning, and he was from the beginning just like kind of mean with her, kind of rude, and he didn't care about her. I think that's why she was interested in him, because he kind of rejected her from the beginning. And you know, there's a lot of people who are like that. Like, if you don't pay attention to them, they will want you because they feel rejected. And that's kind of like sometimes a new thing for them. The same way I think that was a new thing for her, you know, like she knew she could not have him, and that made her want him, you know. But I just did not see the love, honestly, that they kind of tried to push on me. Did not see them as soulmates either, to be fair. I know there was people who said that this was right person, wrong time. I don't see it. I really do not see it. And it kind of annoyed me that they tried to push that, because I did not feel that at all during the entire book. I did think she was a little bit selfish at times. Like, to me, for example, Karen and Camilla were real adult, mature women, you know? And to me, Daisy, during the entire book, just felt like a teenager. Like a nice teenager, you know, like a lovely teenager, but a teenager nonetheless. I also did not feel like Billy was actually in love with Daisy. I think he just saw in her a lot of him. He thought he was loving her maybe, but I think it was more the fact that she was doing like these drugs and all of these things, you know, and he could not do that. You know what I mean? And I think he saw that in her, and somehow, because he used to be an addict, it kind of like pushed him for her in a way, you know. But I don't think he actually loved her. If the intent of the author was to put them together or make them seem like this awesome couple, I don't want to say that it was not well done. I want to say that their personalities and the things they were going through just did not give space in a way for me to feel like there was actually a love connection there. I don't know if I already said that, but I gave this book 5 stars because I just loved everything about it except for that little part. But you know, I feel like when you're reading a book, there's always several interpretations that you can have, and I think that was what it was for me. 5 stars. I love this, and I cannot wait to read more from this author. I know that she wrote several other books that are super popular, and yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you very, very soon because I'm currently going to start reading something else. This is Persuasion by Jane Austen, and I will vlog it for you as well. So yeah, thank you guys, and